Bangkok's a big, big city. Is it too big for you? We're going to talk about the difference between Bangkok and other large metropolitan cities and why I think that even if you're a small town boy or girl, you can be okay here in Bangkok. You ready? Let's talk about it next. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Hey, what's up? It's JJ, the Lonely Bull in Asia, walking towards Sukhumvit. I think we're going to go have breakfast at 39 Craft Coffee, one of my favorite coffee shops. I've already had my morning coffee, so I don't really need coffee, but I want to get some Thai food, and that's one of my favorite places to go. So walk with me while we talk a little bit. All right, so this is Sukhumvit 24. My condo is about 3 blocks down, back the other direction. I'm heading toward Sukhumvit Road and the Prompong BTS. I'll cross the BTS. I'll cross the street, I'm sorry, and 39 Craft Coffee is pretty much directly across the street. So if you're kind of confused, if you go take Sukhumvit, basically Sukhumvit runs north and south, generally speaking. If you are on the west side of Sukhumvit Road, those are the even number Sois or Sukhumvit Road streets, Sois Street. On the east side is the odd numbers. So here I got to say hi to my favorite security guard. Sawadee krap. Sabadi mai?
Very good.
Very good. Okay. Okay, boss. I love that guy. He always gives me the fist bump every time I see him. He's there all the time. In the morning when I leave for school, in the evening when I come home, he's always there. Got a big smile. I think he only knows 2 things in English. I think he only knows hello, boss, and very good. But he's a kill. I love him. Anyway, so it may be a little confusing because the farther, the higher you get in Sukhumvit, on Sukhumvit Road, the numbers vary more. There's more of a gap. So like here I'm on 24. When across the street it'll be like 37 or 39. So it'll vary the farther you get up Sukhumvit Road or south as it is. The more variation you'll get between the numbers on each side of the street. So if you live here, if you've been here, you know. If you know, you know, right? Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about the size of Bangkok. It's a huge city. It really is. And it's one of the larger cities in the world. But to me, it doesn't feel like it. I mean, if you're a small town person and you go to New York City, you may feel really overwhelmed. But here, I don't have that feeling. And it could be for several reasons that we'll get into in this video. But first of all, once you understand how to get around in the city becomes a lot smaller for you. So in other words, if you're in the Prompong district like I am, Prompong area, you know that you're close to Sukhumvit, you're close to the Prompong BTS, so you can take the BTS and get pretty much anywhere you want to go in Bangkok, right? You may have to change trains, you may have to take the subway, the MRT, but once you understand how the trains work and where they go, it really makes Bangkok a lot smaller, easy to get around. Now you can take a taxi or a Grab or a Bolt, which is like Grab. Those are both like the Asian version of Uber. You can take those, pay a little more than you would the train. It'll take you longer because of traffic. You can take the tuk-tuks, That'll take a little bit shorter time than the cars, but it still takes a little time because of traffic. You can take the motorcycles, ride the back of a motorcycle, whether it's Grab or some of the guys that sit along the side of the street in the orange vests. You can grab them and get a ride and get to where you need to go fairly quickly, actually, probably quicker than the trains. But you're taking your life in your own hands sometimes because they weave through traffic at a pretty good clip, so you just never know. Now, I've done it on occasion. I do it every once in a while, and I've never felt my life was in danger or anything like that. But you just never know. If you're a little leery about riding the back of a motorcycle, weaving through the Bangkok traffic, you might want to avoid it. But those are your options, and so that in itself, and there's buses too. You can get on a bus and ride a bus fairly cheap, 15, 20 baht or whatever it costs, and get basically from one end of a street to another, whether it's Sukhumvit or Rama 4 or Rama 9 or wherever. There's those options. So those transportation options here in Bangkok really makes the city seem smaller, because even though it might take you a while to get from destination A to destination B, it still shrinks the city because you feel more comfortable traveling. This is a neat, it's called Oakwood Suites, but I like the outdoor breakfast area and coffee area they've got sit out there. I did a video a long time ago, one of my first times visiting here. I did a video from there. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that. So that's one reason why a city that's large as Bangkok doesn't feel that small, or doesn't feel that large, once you understand how the transportation works and how to get around. It really shrinks the city, in my opinion. Another thing is just the feel of the city itself. Now, I'm on a busy street, and Sukhumvit's going to be really busy because it's about 10 in the morning on a Monday morning, so everybody's back to work, everybody's going to school. Whatever you do, there's a lot of people walking, a lot of traffic, so it's very, very busy. But it's a very calm energy, I like to call it. A friend of mine and I were talking the other day about it, and he's from New York, and there's that energy in New York, but it's kind of almost a chaotic, stressful energy, whereas Bangkok, you don't feel that stress. It's more of a calm energy, and even though it's a large city, and it's the city that never sleeps, Sawadee Krap, it's still very calming. We're going to walk through Emporium Mall, and I'll show you how to get across the street without taking steps, because you can take the BTS and walk up. Let's see, there's about 47 steps to get to the other, to get upstairs and get to the other side. But I always come in here, especially if it's a hot day. I get to come in the AC, cool off a little bit, and then you just go up the escalator here. It's funny, I can smell today. I don't know if you've seen some of my live streams or some of my videos. I've talked about my sense of smell went away when I had rhinoplasty surgery. They screwed something up and I lost my sense of smell. Every once in a while I'll get it back. And today I can smell things. So I can smell the perfume counter. I can smell the street food when I was walking. It's kind of nice. And it'll be like that for a day or two, and then it'll go away again. You can walk on this walkway that I'm going to show you when we get outside. And you can get to any of the malls that I talked about. So It's pretty cool. I wish they had this in Manila, but they don't have anything like this in Manila. But they've got this in their other areas too. I was with a friend yesterday when we went down to, took the Siam exit on the BTS, and we went to Central World, and there's a walkway between Siam and Chitlom BTS stations, and you can walk above the street like here, and it's really pretty cool. I mean, they got it decorated really nice, and it's just kind of a neat vibe. They've got that all over Bangkok. I always say, you know, BGC in the Philippines, Metro Manila is pretty awesome, but there's like there's 100 BGC neighborhoods here in Bangkok like that. So you can see they're all decorated for Christmas here. So that's the Emporium Mall there on this side. Over there is the M Sphere, or the M Quartier Mall. And then you walk down here and you can see there, you can kind of see the IKEA sign through the trees. That's the M Sphere Mall. That's the newest of the three malls. So, but we're gonna come over here. I'll walk this way so I can show you a little bit of M Quartier Mall, and they got the Christmas trees and Christmas decorations up, which is pretty cool. But that's neat. They really do a good job for Christmas here. Not to the extent of the Philippines, but they do a pretty good job. Here you get a better view here. Big trees. So if I went back the other direction behind me, I can take that far exit, or I can take this exit here, and you walk about 2 blocks and you're on 33-1, which is where O'Shea's, Robin Hood, Laughing Tiger, all those bars and pubs are. But we're going down here. There's the BTS station, the Phrom Phong BTS station. But we're going to go down here. So I could have gone up the stairs there, but I wanted to show you that you can go inside Emporium Mall and take the escalator to the second floor and save you some steps. But we're going to go down here now. And this will get you to Sukhumvit 39, which is where my coffee shop is, Craft 39 Coffee. And my breakfast is waiting. If I wanted to take the stairs when I go back across the street. So right there, that's 24. So that's where I would go home. And right over here is 39. So you can see the variation now. The gap between the numbers on each side of the street are a lot greater the farther up Sukhumvit you get. So here we go. This is 39 Craft Coffee. And if you want a good lunch, right across the street is Imchan. And they've got really good Thai food. And you can get really good prices for Thai food there too. Eat outside or eat inside. But I'm getting this today. So, Sawadee Krab. It's Noong. And those two with egg and rice inside. So you just tell them what you want, and then you go inside and they'll put your plate through the window here, and then you pay inside. So, Sawadee Krab. And I'll spice it up a little bit. Khop Krab. Sawadee Krab. Nam Plau.
100 shot. 100 shot.
Good. Captain Crab. All right, let's find a place to sit. I like to sit back here where it's a little quieter. All right, guys. So, whole meal cost me 100 baht. That's a pretty good price. You get all this, 2 sides, egg, rice, and nam plau yen for 100 baht. So I'm happy. Anyway, okay, so let's finish up what we were talking about. So Bangkok, busy city, big city, but I wouldn't, if I were you and you're thinking, oh, I'm a little intimidated, I wouldn't worry too much about it because it's so, I guess, lack of better terms, kind of fragmented. I mean, you've got all these little neighborhoods, like where I'm at, Phrom Phong. It's probably, along Sukhumvit is probably 8 or 10 blocks along Sukhumvit, and it goes down to Rama 4, and then back this way a ways. But really, these little side streets, Soi 24 and 26, they're short streets, really. They're almost like alleys, but they've got, you know, condos, restaurants, bars along, depending on which way you're on. But really, you could, if you're living in Phrom Phong, say, for example, like I am, you don't even have to leave Phrom Phong and get everything you need. They've got just a 5-minute walk from my place. There's a Big C grocery store. It's like a superstore, super center. So they've got more than just groceries. They've got merchandise, clothes, and that sort of thing. Kitchenware. Right across the street from there on Rama 4 is a Lotus's store. Same thing, you got everything you need. They got restaurants galore up and down my street. Here, of course, you can get really good cheap Thai food, or you can go high-priced Western food, whatever you want, it's available here. So what I mean is, like, you don't need to feel intimidated living in Bangkok. It really doesn't have that big city feel, in my opinion, because you've got all these little neighborhoods, whether it's Phrom Phong or the Asok neighborhood, or Thong Lo, which is another really nice expat area, Ekamai, which is next up the road. Let's see what is after that. You've got Prokanong, which is the area that Geo on the go lives. He's in that area. A couple of my other friends live in that area too. And then beyond that, you've got Anut. And yeah, it's every stop on the BTS along Sukhumvit is a neighborhood in itself, and it's almost like another BGC that I lived in for 3 years in the Philippines. So I hope you come out here. If you have never been out here before, come out and visit. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at how convenient Bangkok is, and even though it's got that energy, that never-ending energy and that excitement, it's a calm energy, and it doesn't feel nearly as bad as, or nearly as hectic or stressful as some of the Western cities that are the same size or bigger or smaller even. So if you've never been out here, come out and visit. If you know what I'm talking about, put it in the comments below, and I'd love to hear what you think about it. Always like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you get notified when I post new videos. And if you're thinking about dating, I've got a pretty interesting story about dating a bar girl, and it's right up here, so check that out. And as always, live life, my friend. Sabai, and we'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.